reached out to you right then and I was like, look at this comment. We need to do follow-up video. I see the forest, but hardly any food. Wrong season. Nursery looks great. And it struck me, I'm like, so they see the forest, but they don't understand what the food is. Like, what is truly sustaining us? And I imagine expecting to see broccoli or squash or, you know, typical stuff that you see in the grocery store. And that's not really the bulk of what we eat. That's seasonal. It's what comes in. It's the fruit trees are fruiting. That's great. You know, but whatever he manages to pull out of his garden, he'll bring a big pile of it over here, and Kelly will process it, can it, make broth, make soup, you know, whatever. He decides to cook something at his place and brings it over here. We always do this on Sunday, like the culmination of the week. What did you put together? What did your farm produce this week? So our Sunday night barbecue has become pretty, like, really important to us.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
It's become like the community. People talk about a farm community, and this is it. We're building it. So let's go find some salad, right? Stare me in the face. This is a Chief Kubo's South Sea salad tree. Abelmoschus manahat is the botanical variety. I'm not gonna pick off of this one because I have a field of it back here, but this is in the nursery. But this is a great plant, and it produces a ton of grains. Easy, protein source. It's a little bit mucilaginous, so it's really good digestion. It's good stuff. So here's one hibiscus. This grows in the shade. Small one here. I have large ones. This is Hibiscus calophyllus. Me and a buddy of mine, grower Jim, tried to identify this one. Took like 2 years before I could finally get a flower and show him what it looked like. So this is just a annual hibiscus variety. They generally die back every year. Most of these hibiscuses are a little sour and have real nice flavor. Test it out. Great looking flower. A light yellow, very soft yellow flower. They will produce calyx similar to the Hibiscus sabatierifa, which we'll hit that too. That's, what a salad green. So these reseed regularly, heavily. So you'll end up with like a ton of food. It's typical cranberry hibiscus. Most people know about this one. So right here, this plant is in everybody's yard. Everybody has this plant. This is Biden's alba. We've all seen this. We've all torn it out. We've all thrown it away. The young greens are awesome. They go in all the salads. I always go to the tips. Here's the flower. I'd like to find a better version of the flower, better example, but I always hit the young tips just like this. I like that first lateral leaf and the new growth. All of that. It's beautiful salad greens. And in case you're questioning whether we eat it or not, it's got a unique flavor. It's, I don't even know how to describe it. It's unique. I don't know, it's good. I like it. There's teas to make out of it. They were talking about it being really good for like COVID specifically, actually, for respiratory, making teas with it. My friend Shanti was talking about it. She's like, make tea with it and it'll help your respiratory infections and all that. And we did. When we had COVID, when we got it, it was nasty. It was horrible. Now right here, I've got a Hibiscus aceticella, cranberry hibiscus, full sun. Exact same variety. So you have a shady spot, throw one in. You got a sunny spot, throw one in. Doesn't matter. It'll, you know, it grows both places. So I like to walk around here and pull a little of this, a little of that, a little of this, a little of that. How many times could you walk around here? What you're seeing me do, how many times could I walk around this place a week and fill this bucket to the top and not even know it happened? And the nutrient density of these things, we're not talking about lettuce. Lettuce is water, cellulose, there's nothing there. You know, micronutrients, teeniest bit, but this is anthocyanin. This is blood vessel dilation. This is nutrition. This is vitamin C. And this is health. So, butterfly peas, hanging all over this plant. So I'll pull the butterfly peas. They add beauty to the salad. I love throwing butterfly peas in. So I'll grab the butterfly pea with, you know, whatever's fresh, and this one is just cranking. This one has not stopped. So then over here, the Roselle. Everyone freaks out about this one, Hibiscus sabidorifa, red zinger tea, comes from the calyx. Again, same thing, older growth, older leaves. Have you eaten this?
Yep.
Awesome.
That
awesome.
goes on salads and sandwiches, everything.
Yeah,
very
everything.
They're good on sandwiches.
Yeah, for sure. So I come through here and I only remove the large stuff, allow the young ones to mature. It lets the tree breathe a little bit better actually, and keeps it flowing. So moringa, we all know moringa. High nutrient density, the talk of the town. So I don't particularly like the flavor of moringa. I'm not gonna walk out here and eat a whole pile of it, but this one fell over. See this?
Wow.
It fell over, like poof, and the whole top of the tree rotted off, and now it's growing outside. So now I have multiple trees, it's producing heavy. So I try and get as much of the stem out of it as I can. So I just strip. Now we've made it like 40 feet.
Yeah.
And the bucket is a quarter of the way full. We have barely touched this place. We're gonna go in a whole bunch of different places, and we've got enough food right now to feed 5 of us, a nice salad. So this was the point of like what I try and help people grow when they want to grow a food forest. Everybody thinks fruit trees. Fruit trees are awesome. I love my peach tree. I love my hog plum tree, my banana trees, my avocado trees, my mulberry trees. I love them all, but they give me fruit for this much time of year. Each one gives me this much fruit. You're not eating peaches all year. You eat peaches for a month. You eat nectarines for a month. You eat avocados for a month. Generally, it's about a month. You're harvesting the beginning, they finish, some of them rot, the bugs eat some, the animals eat some. But plant as much as you can. I mean, I got 35 varieties of bananas. I love to eat bananas, and I want every kind of banana. So my daily food that I'm gonna eat every single day is not mangoes, it's not avocados, it's not any of that. It's this. It's the hog plum. More greens into the salad. So then I've got this tree right here. This is a June plum. Spondius family. Spondius dulcis, I believe, is this botanical name. This is the tall variety. So I'll come in here at the base of these limbs, and I'll just kind of clean my tree up. I'm basically like pruning, manicuring. I just take off the lowest stuff, let the new growth come out. This is one of our coolest fruits, so I will always strip a bunch of these. They add a lot of flavor to the salad. And yeah, Alan refers to this. He goes, "What was the plant that you put in the salad that made it taste like rainbows?" Because I want a salad full of rainbows. And we were wandering around here one day, and I was like, "Taste this," because it was wintertime, so they weren't growing, and this finally came back. And I said, "Is this the rainbows?" He's like, "That's the rainbows. I want that in my salads every time. I want rainbows in my salad." Here's that radiatus. Try this hibiscus. This stuff is awesome. This is a dark, like real maroon flower, and very, very beautiful flower. This is reseed from last year. I did actually mow a bunch of it, so I killed some.
I really like the flavor on this. Really good.
Yeah, isn't it?
Nice
It's
and
really
strong.
bright.
It's, like, good. Yeah.
Yeah, so radiatus, another one. Great hibiscus variety, annual hibiscus. They'll die to the ground, reseed, big calyxes, tons of seeds. In here around the macadamia that got kind of froze down a little bit. So I'm gonna let this hibiscus come through a little bit heavier this year and kind of take this spot and give this guy a little bit of shade, a little bit of comfort to let this new growth come in. The vetiver right behind it, I'm gonna just create this little microclimate right here and stuff things in a little bit. Being down at Matt's place and being down at Jay's place and seeing how thickly they have things grow. The one particular plant that Matt showed me, the rainforest plum, he had it stuffed in so tight inside some of the Mexican sunflower. So you're thinking, you know, don't crowd your plants because they'll get, you know, they won't grow well. It's not what I saw. So every time I visit a new farm, I see something that either contradicts what I thought or teaches me a whole new lesson. Hallelujah Amaranth. And this stuff, you can see it all behind me. This is everywhere. This is a good spinach substitute. The bigger leaves are a little tougher, so I'll go in here and I'll take these. And you want to talk about a forever plant, forever food. I planted one little tiny pot full. When did we do that? Maybe a year and a half ago. That my friend Miranda gave me. She had like, oh, I love sprouting little callaloo, and it was like the little tiny plants that were like this big, 4 or 5 of them. And I just stuck it in somewhere. I don't even remember where I put it, and it took over the place. I have never planted it again. I've never sprouted a seed again, and it's good nutrients. I did read up on it at some point. I have a tendency to read up on this stuff and get what I need out of my research and go, all right, I know that's good for me. I know that I definitely want to include that in my diet. Deleted. And just, that goes into food now. I don't even know. Can you see them?
Yeah, you can.
The little black seeds. Now we'll bounce over here. I'm very proud of this accomplishment. This is first season that I've pulled off celery from seed. Celery's not an easy one for me. You know, it took a long time to get it to go.
Growing now, right
But-
now. Okay, that's
Killing it.
wild.
Why, did he say you can't grow it?
I had seeded some in one January, and he's like, it's not gonna make it, it's not gonna make it. You don't have enough time. I planted it out, it got fried, but
January
have-
was probably way too late. I seeded this, I think,
before.
in like August
Yeah, that's
or
when
September.
you have to. Yep.
And it takes forever.
it
It took
does.
so
But
long
it's
for this to
worth
grow.
it, Yeah.
So this has been a big win because we've been harvesting off of this for months now. You want celery?
There you go.
It doesn't get any better. I need to do better on nutrients. You know, I want thicker stalks, obviously. I want a little
but
bit better.
you still have it now.
But I have it.
Yeah.
So, victory me. So this is a new one for us. This one is called Chipolin. Kelly found this a couple of years ago. Just started hunting, started researching. Just good stuff to eat.
Thank you.
Good veggies. It's interesting.
Ooh, I like it.
It's a little different. It's a little unique.
Good cucumber flavor.
Yeah, definitely cucumber.
Yeah.
Made it through the cold, completely through. We hit 23 in some spots here. They were way in the back, where it got probably the coldest. And I had seedlings back there, and it made it. So there was some nutritional benefit to this that made it really, really attractive. And I just got some seeds for Chipolin and threw it in the ground, and boom! So I have a bunch of these now, and it's looking like it's going to be sustainable. It should seed at some point. I'll collect more seeds. It was not difficult to grow. Tastes good. I need to do some more research into it now. Like, this is one of them things where you read about it, you go, all right, it's worth trying. Let's plant it. Let's see if it works. Well, boom, it worked. So, good plant. It tastes really nice. I like it. And then this stuff over here has been hanging on. This has been super reliable. I'm super impressed. This is garden sorrel. And it looks like this because we eat it constantly. This was started way early last year. Have you tried this?
No, I haven't.
Garden sorrel. Looking a little rough, but you'll love this. It's that same lemony, citrusy flavor.
Oh wow, yeah.
Delicious. And sandwiches,
Very good.
all that stuff. These are the jack beans that are just going crazy. But this is Malabar spinach. Grow some cuttings, all these red vines. I started this with one little like 8-inch cutting from my friend Ellen's place. young greens. You've eaten this, right?
Yeah.
This is so easy to grow. You want to talk about like easy food. Malabar spinach, you can't beat. You obviously know katuk. Anyone in this game knows katuk. One of my very favorites. Most definitely my wife's favorite. Really tender leaves, really nice flavor. High iron, high protein, super delicious. Like nutty, sweet. I've heard people call it sweet leaf. Grows incredibly fast. This one also froze to the ground, and obviously it did not have a problem coming back. So here's the Florida betony, the rattlesnake root or tuber. That's the whole plant. It doesn't grow so much in the summer, but there's plenty in the ground here. You see how it travels. There's the tip, the traveling tip. That will grow, root. You could take this piece right here, plant that, it'll grow. If you just dig, boom, 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 boom. They're pop out of the ground. There's so many of them. Like, look at this. Now this is an area I haven't touched. It's like underneath the log. Look at these monsters. And I'm in this one little spot, and we've already picked over this too, like 100 times, as I pull from here every day. I haven't gotten into any of this, and it's all in here. Look at that. Clean, and that's it. Spritz it with water. They're clean, crunchy, sweet. I love these. And sweet potato greens are so good for you. I'm not wild about flavor. It's another one I'm not too hot. I mean, it's okay. I'll eat anything. You just get there. You put enough time into this and put enough effort into growing all these things. I'm not eating it. I work too hard to not eat it. Boy, I understand that when your dad said, you know how hard I work to put that food on the table? This is the real deal of how hard I work to put that food on the table. This is the Chief Kubo's South Seas salad tree. Another one of the AWSOME family. Here's a little forest of salad trees. So we propagate these a lot, and that's actually what Dad's about to do. Oh, they just break. So this is one of the funnest things when people come to volunteer. I'll put them on a project like this, where I say, all right, I want you to make cuttings, and I want you to make me lunch at the same time. This tree is so reliable, like that little piece. He's gonna stick that into a gallon pot, and that will have active growth in a week. The tip is right here, right where the smallest leaf is. So if you give it about, that one broke off a little low, so if you give it about like that, this can all be pig food, chicken food, whatever. Yep, just take the tip. I take all the biggest leaves, I'll leave it like that. That is a perfect cutting right there. That will grow, no problem. Here's cannabinus. Canaf, true canaf. White flower. The flavor has a little bit of a bitterness at the end. It's fine, but it's not as citrusy and delicious as all the others. But really, we're growing this more as experimental, like the cordage value. There's some really good stuff here in the trunks. It'll reseed really easily. There's some good things to this. Renewable resource. This is like one of those plants that can really help the planet a lot. So I'm pretty excited about this one. Hibiscus cannabinus, canaf, K-E-N-A-F. Very good plant to look into. Here is a celosia or lago spinach. Puts on a lot of food, big leaves, good nutrition. It's one of the Amaranth varieties, similar to the callaloo, just different colors. Here's the no poly. I'll take these young pads, just a couple, don't need a lot, and I'll slice these up, dice them real small, and they become part of the salad. It's good, isn't it? Smashua, you're on YouTube.
Eat it.
Eat it, boy.
Just eat it. That's good.
It's good, right? And it grows like wild. There's no amendment here. There's no soil amendment. There's nothing. It just goes. And you can see where Lonnie snacks. This is all Lonnie snacks.
What are we gonna pick?
We're gonna get some society garlic. And
What's that?
some stuff. Oh, I'm gonna get some miracle leaf because the miracle leaf will save everybody's life. So over here is my miracle leaf. This is the Bryophyllum pinnatum. We've had some amazing success with this plant, with the kidney protection, clearing kidney stones. People have come back here after 4 or 5 days of eating just a few of these leaves, canceled surgeries that they had stones, and it just breaks them up. It's called the stone breaker. There's all kinds of legit research on this that can be looked up and read about. The science is there. I am a huge believer in this plant. I sold 1 million of them. It can help you sleep at times. Just awesome to include in salads. Look, there's the roots. That is so nasty. The roots come out of every single notch. And the little red growth, that is the new plant. That's the new leaf. So you give this a couple of weeks and you'll be able to tear off each notch and start a new plant.
Wow.
It's like
Do you have any
unstoppable.
tomatoes?
And then we've got sisu.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Here, babes, come over here.
What is that?
This is sisu spinach.
Can I
I
have
like
that?
that one.
Can we have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna pick the nice bigger leaves. So I can take, like this little piece, poke my finger in the ground, put it in the ground. 100% success. So here's another one that I pulled out of Treehouse Farm at Jay Reynolds' place. This is Thai pepper. It's a great ground cover. Now this one is just starting to throw its laterals. So this will reach out and these will root all along here. So I expect this will fully rip through here and populate this whole thing, create a whole new environment down here on the ground. When it rains, it'll keep more moisture in. It'll just keep this a happier place. So, I mean, we're halfway there to a 5-gallon bucket. This is gonna be, and now that we're talking about this also, this isn't just gonna be tonight's salad. This is gonna be tonight's salad. This is gonna be tomorrow's salad. This is gonna be, half of this is gonna probably go home with Alan. So he gets food all week and he'll eat salad all week. Whoever wants some will take it home with them. So it's not just a one harvest deal. And I have not made a dent. I've barely touched this place. More of this could turn into compost, than actually eating it, and still never make a dent. And that's what my goal is in teaching people how to eat and how to produce their food and how to get their stomachs back in order. Because every single weekend, every single day that we have customers come here, I guarantee you I talk to somebody who wants to fix their stomach problems. So here's Tindora, Coccinia grandis. Does not set too much fruit back here because it doesn't get enough sun. Sometimes it does a little bit, but the Tindora and the grapevine battle here, wherever I can break it off like that, just see, like that's a little tougher, but wherever I break it off like that, perfectly edible, the whole thing.
Okay.
So yeah, they're tasty.
They're good. Very good. It tastes a lot like the fruit itself.
Yeah, it does. And it's like you said, I mean, a great way to use it in the shade because it's not going to do much here. One of the really neat things about my summer salad, particularly this one, and majority of this, I'm going to guess, most people watching this have either never heard of these things or didn't know you could eat these things. What's cool about the summer salad is all of it came from way above the dirt. So I don't have to wash this. It rained 3 hours ago. Everything just got washed and none of this was near the dirt except that and the betony, which I already washed off. So there's no need to wash any of this. I'm gonna go inside, pour this out on the cutting board, chop it all up. And we're gonna have a salad in 20 minutes. And we're gonna feed everyone that's here, and there's a bunch of us. This is where it's at. And like things like that chipolin, where do you find that? That's a nutrient dense plant. That's something that we specifically hunted down moringa, rumored to be the most nutrient-dense plant on the planet. So that's the kind of stuff I want to eat. That's what's keeping me fueled to do this. I mean, last night I was out here welding a trailer together at 10 o'clock at night. I go. I mean, that's what it takes to do this. And without the food, I'd never be there. And it's like form followed function, function followed form. It was just, I was sick. I needed to grow the food. In order to grow the food, I had to work more. In order to work more, I have to have good food to fuel the body. So it's, you know, careful what you wish for. I want to be healthy. I want to feel good. I want to be strong. You got it, Bubba. Now work. Work for it. On we move. So my process after this, I throw this on a cutting board and I take a big fat butcher knife. I just make a pile of greens. I go inch squares. Chop, 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 chop. Turn the knife this way. Chop, 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 chop. That's it. 1 inch squares is what I shoot for. Pile it into a bowl. A can of beans, like black beans or kidney beans or something like that. We'll just pour a can of beans on top. Or if we happen to be able to harvest string beans, dry beans, we boil them. We just start piling things in. Boiled eggs. I love to boil up a bunch of eggs, chop them up, put them in. If we have some corn, I love to pour that on top of it. It depends who grew what. What do we have at the time? If we have a bunch of tindoras, I'll always dice those up. Cucumbers, tomatoes, just the salad changes as the days go by. So hopefully that answers some questions about where does a good majority of my food come from. And I'm fed, me and my wife and my friends are fed tonight and for several days. This is compact. Like, we loosen it up, we're near a full 5-gallon bucket. I mean, that's 5 gallons of food. And it's as clean as could be, as healthy as could be. For me, that's the pinnacle of being able to harvest food 365 days a year, all the time. And now, we butchered a cow last week, so Alan made beef stroganoff. So we're gonna go gorge our faces on beef stroganoff and then go eat 30 different varieties of mango. So let's get to it.